I'll tell you what, Ben, why don't you give everybody the quick rundown of our very, very boring, but very exciting, I think, origin story. Like how did this come to be? Because
Oh, it's exciting.
you were the vehicle. You were the chosen one that got this thing really going.
All right. So it was the
Trash talk is what it's.
it was yeah it was the summer of 2022, and a little movie called Top Gun Maverick had come out, and went and saw it in, I think, IMAX,
Oh
and
yeah.
was like, that's awesome, and was playing pickleball, which was sweeping the nation at the time,
Yes.
with some other grown men, and,
Yeah.
and Tanner was one of them. And I was talking about how great my IMAX experience of Top Gun Maverick was, and how it blew me away, and how you gotta go see the movie in this format. It was incredible. And Tanner said, "My house is better,"
Yes.
and that sort of gave me pause,
Yeah.
because I know he's just in an apartment like me.
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, I've got this big screen. I got big speakers. You should come over and watch a movie, or watch in my house, and it'll be better." And I was like, "Okay, I don't. This can't be true." But like, I like his spirit.
I like this confidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's set something up. So we did that, and he said, "Do you mind if this guy DeMarco joins us? He's into movies."
Oh, big mistake. Oh.
And I said, "I don't give a fuck. That's fine." And you showed up.
Did we watch both that night?
No, so the first thing that we watched was
Supremacy.
The Bourne
Oh, you're
Supremacy.
Right. You're right.
Born supremacy. Yeah.
And Marco was there. He had a very annoying laugh. So this guy's nuts.
This
And
guy's out of his mind.
we had a blast.
Yeah.
And it really is a very good setup at Tanner's house. It's not an
It
IMAX
is.
theater,
It's not.
but it's great. It's a big
It's pretty
screen,
solid though, dude.
giant projection screen, and big
Yeah.
speakers,
Yeah.
and it like shakes the whole house. It's awesome. And we had a great time, and I just suggested that we keep doing it.
At the time, it was once every month,
Yeah,
and then after a couple times, we were like, "This is too little."
yeah, we should do this every other week.
We need more.
Yeah.
And Ben, you when you said, "Do you guys want to do this and make this a regular thing?" That literally was in my brain right when you said that. I was thinking, God, this is amazing. My wife hates all of these movies.
Yeah.
This is the only way I'm going to be able to watch these movies. So please, someone, please someone say that they want to do this again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that now we've done it. I just looked. This was like our 52nd or 53rd meeting.
That's awesome.
For basically 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years, which is awesome.
Yeah.
To click,
That's
and we have a lot more. I mean, there's a lot of action movies.
Yes.
We get-
And once we get through 90 more movies, there's an Action Club tattoo.
tattoo. Welcome to Action Club Podcast, your weekly hangout for great conversations, big laughs, and even better vibes. I'm DeMarco Crum, joined by Ben Weber and Tanner Spies. This week, we watched Rocky III, and we can't wait to dive in and share our thoughts. Whether you're listening or watching, we're glad you're here. If you enjoy the show, don't forget to share it with your friends and follow us on Spotify, Instagram, and YouTube. Now, let's get into it.
Hello,
Hello?
this is exciting. First time recording.
First
Pilot-
time recording.
Our
that's
pilot
right.
episode.
A pilot episode.
That's it.
Yeah, we're yeah.
Ben, which number is this? Which movie
Going
number
great.
is this?
Let me look. You keep vamping, and I'll look that up. I'll
we're
check the
talking about
stats.
this.
Oh, what counts?
I have more
Oh,
movies.
Yeah,
stuff.
we have some controversy.
So I have more movies in my log than Ben does, but that's only because
There's one movie in particular.
that you have applied to show up for and then didn't.
So this is our 61st movie.
I think I have a 62 or 63.
You would probably have it as 62 because you counted John Wick 4,
Yeah,
and I didn't.
I did count.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought up John Wick 4.
I can't remember.
Did we watch it? We did because you were like, "Fuck this," because he kept watching it for 15 minutes.
I was going to share the story anyway, so I'm actually glad you brought it up. Yeah, so for our listeners and eventual viewers, I am the weak link of this group. I may be the host of the podcast, but I'm definitely the weak link of the group.
In a sense, I'm the weak link in terms of
we all have our weaknesses.
Yeah, of course. Ben gets extremely angry at people in the movie theater.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
I don't know any movies, and DeMarco can't seem to be prepared or on time.
My brain is Swiss cheese, so that's the best way to put it. But anyways, to let you all know how dedicated this crew is, Mr. Ben bought us tickets to go see John Wick 4 in IMAX, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paid out of my own pocket.
And I committed verbally to going to the movie at the time and without checking my schedule, which is just a rookie move. Not
schedule. His married joint schedule.
Well, that's why we have the joint calendar now. Not that was the only reason, but
John Wick 4?
JW Gate, man.
It is a great movie.
Anyways,
I mean,
it's a fantastic movie. So to become even more of an annoying member of this club, I rented the movie on Amazon Prime.
Oh no!
And was so fired up to watch it because I love 3. 3's still my favorite in the franchise. Fight me over it, I don't care. I watched the first hour during Vivi's nap. She woke up, paused it.
Wait.
Yeah.
Just explain that you watched it.
Set the scene a little bit more.
You didn't just watch it. It's not like you turned it on. You had a child.
Who's Vivian?
On you. You were watching it at either a low volume or with fucking subtitles.
Oh yeah, you guys are outing me here. Okay, yep. So I had my daughter Viviana on my shoulder.
Viviana,
my 3.5-year-old little monster. And yeah, I had it at volume 5 actually.
With that's lower than I thought.
With subtitles.
I was
and I watched
it like an 8.
No.
Yeah, I watched an hour. She woke up. I'm obviously not going to let the movie with John, Keanu killing people, keep it on when she's up.
Killing bad guys, not people.
Yeah, but killing bad guys, yeah. So anyways, I go to watch it the next day, and I think I watched another like half hour maybe, and then there's the 48 hours. I think it's 48 hours that you get when you rent a movie on Prime.
I forgot all these details.
So it expires.
It's worse.
So I rented again to watch the last little bit, but then I just forgot. Like I went to rent it and I forgot. And then we watched a movie, whatever that movie was.
How much money has been spent on John Wick 4 for you to not watch it?
$8.
Yeah, at least $8.
Yeah, $24.
Seriously. So anyways,
in a hole.
Ben came in. Then MJ in the finals shows up with a DVD copy, a Blu-ray copy of the movie, and we finished. We watched the final acts together.
Yeah. So just to be clear, Ben and I saw it on the premiere day.
Day of.
Which is when we're supposed to do that. DeMarco then had these watching experiences over the next year.
It was really sad. Yeah.
And then a year later, Ben brought the Blu-ray, right?
That was about a year after the movie came out.
Yeah.
Because it was like enough of this.
Oh, yeah. Actually, there's one more detail. Actually, so yes, I did rent it and then go to re-rent it. So after the first time it expired, before I got a chance to watch all of it, I just went back to the beginning and did a marathon and was like, fine, I'll just watch all 4 of them. And then it took me like probably 2 or 3 weeks to do that because I'm watching it in like 45 to 50 minute blocks. So
Right, but
yeah,
he never. He went back and he watched fucking 6 hours worth of movies, but not the one that just came out.
yeah, not the new one. This is. I never said I was a mentally well person, so
It's worthwhile. It's worthwhile. It's John
yeah,
Wick.
so
Listen, I know, but he started the movie. He started an hour and 20 minutes of it, and then he was like, "Fuck it, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna watch 7 hours of movies,
yeah.
but
But
not the new one."
you guys stuck it out with me, and it was basically an intervention. It was like, dude,
It
it was like
absolutely an
Kevin
intervention.
Kevin
So,
in the
yeah.
office when they were force feeding him the broccoli, just eat it. Come on, man,
Right.
watch it, you weirdo.
Yes.
So this is how dedicated the squad is. Just
So
wanted
we
to know.
we put that on as a double feature. I think we put it on as a double feature after another movie.
All right, I gotta check our accounting.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
So I don't know
We'll
where I
figure
have
it
it in the system, but I know that we
Yeah.
played it after some other movie.
Okay.
And as people would have guessed at this point, it is the Action Club podcast. We're going to talk about action movies. The first rule of Action Club is we talk about action movies. So just to lay the ground
What are the other
for
rules?
everybody. So we'll talk about them.
Is Fight Club an action movie? That's a good question.
Oh, that's a great question.
Then Fight Club's an action movie?
Fight Club.
Because there is like explosions and shit too, and gunfire
Right.
And there's fighting.
and fighting. Yeah,
This is less action than
Fight Club. Okay. Okay.
That's an interesting question. Wow, I like where this is going already. This is great. So, Rocky 3.
Yeah.
Ben, give me Ben's breakdown. I like when Ben gives us his little condensed.
I haven't seen
rundown.
this. I haven't seen this one in a while, and I guess I forgot that Rocky's like a pussy for 2/3 of it. He's just,
Yeah,
he's just
definitely a pushover.
the money has changed him.
This is the only Rocky movie I've seen. I haven't seen any of the Rocky movies because, like any famous movie, I haven't seen
No,
it.
yeah,
And yeah, so I came into pushover pussy Rocky.
yeah. He's a soft for most of the movie.
Yeah.
You see that he's advertised. He's an advertiser for everything. He's a spokesperson for everything. He's got this giant mansion. He's living the life of luxury,
Yeah.
and he's gone soft. He's fighting all these tomato cans that Mick is setting him up with.
That's right.
that's
to keep
right.
him going.
And to keep him away from Mr. T, who BDB knows he can't win again.
Knows he can't win. No, yeah, he can't win because Mr. T is now like the new hungry from the streets, came up from nothing guy.
Yeah.
Right? He's got the motivation that Rocky used to have,
And he's beating the shit out of everyone
and he's kicking the shit out of everybody.
in the first couple of rounds.
Yep.
But then like you got Apollo, who's just like, dude, and his wife is like, you're a cuck. What's going on? I need you.
There it is.
You to figure this shit out.
Yeah,
Like,
I forgot.
what the hell?
His wife really did. She was like, "Listen, Mike,
On the beach.
we can't keep doing this."
I can't figure this out for you. You got to figure this out for you.
Yeah, I was telling Ben it was a while, quite an inspirational speech for what I think of movies at that time, where I would usually expect it to be like, "You're a man," like
Yeah,
that's it, or "We gotta make money,"
I
or
agree.
something. But it was like, "Hey, you're being a bitch," in nicer words.
yeah.
And Apollo's
And I
basically
guess-
like, what is your fucking problem, dude?
Seriously, it's like, get it together.
Yep.
Yeah, you beat me, and
It-
like I fucking
And
hold
I'm
my
the best.
chin up. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. But my favorite exchange in that movie is definitely, and I mentioned it literally right before it happened, is they're sparring, Apollo's sparring with Rocky, and he's like, "Come on, Rock, what's the matter with you?" And he's like saying, tomorrow. It's like, there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. I love that, man. Especially, it's really chilling, especially now that he's, passed away. R.I.P. Carl Weathers. It's like a legend. I mean, just amazing. We saw Predator, so this is our second Carl Weathers movie that we've seen. But yeah, I love that. That's just such a cool exchange and a great moment.
Also, some amazing motivation in Happy Gilmore.
Yes,
Don't forget.
absolutely, yeah. Carl Weathers had a pretty awesome career. Honestly, he did some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And he's fucking Diesel.
Oh, I mean, he's an animal.
Looks like he's built out of twisted steel.
Ripped. They're both ripped in the
it's scary.
in the crop top. The short shorts.
In the crop top.
How do you get to get that ripped? Do you just have to change your whole life?
100%.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For like
So fun little quick story about that. When oh my god, my brain's not working. Star-Lord. Who's Star-Lord? Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. I kept thinking Chris Hemsworth. I knew it wasn't that, but I knew it was another Chris. Thank you, Chris Pratt. When they interviewed him right after his big transformation from Parks and Rec to, going into the Guardians of the Galaxy and joining the MCU, obviously got in really good shape. They said, "What did you give up in order to attain that physique?" And he just said, "Fun."
Yeah.
So it's like,
it's like
chicken,
nutrition. Yeah,
rice,
it's like
broccoli.
Chicken, broccoli, and rice is your only meal in a caloric deficit.
And training your ass off.
And cardio
and training
every day.
so hard.
Yeah.
I don't know, but then he figures it out. He gets his mojo back, and he does the rope-a-dope.
He does.
Which they act like it's a new thing. So, is Muhammad Ali a person in the Rocky verse, right? Because he invented the rope-a-dope.
No, they're not.
Exactly.
And he would do it for 5 rounds.
If
This guy does it for 1 round, and they act like he just fucking invented the wheel.
I feel like if Muhammad Ali was he couldn't be because they didn't even put Hulk Hogan as Hulk Hogan.
Right, that's true. Thunder Lips.
Yeah.
Which is a fucking weird nickname.
Oh, weird.
Which is really, really weird. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what made it believable that this was potentially the person who figured this style out.
Yep. Yeah, but it's. I mean, what makes for a great sports/action movie? A comeback story, right? A big fall from grace. The moment of kind of reckoning and kind of soul searching, figuring it out, and the rise back to the top. That climb back to the top of the summit. I feel like my brain is always, for some reason, every movie I just can always think of The Dark Knight Rises. There are lines in that movie that I relate to every movie. I don't know why. That's just how my weird Swiss cheese brain works. But you think about the beginning of the movie, the line that Bane says to Batman, "Victory has defeated you." I think that's just so clear, so true. He's making the money. He's popular. He's and even in his training, quote unquote, for Clubber for the first fight, he's dancing. He's listening to the music, and he's fuck. He's screwing around. He's not training. He's not working on his cardio, his stamina, and his strength, and he's not focused. So literally, you said it, Ben. All of us all agreed. We're I kind of want to see him get his ass kicked because this is pissing me off because he's not focused. Focus.
Doesn't have the eye of the tiger.
He doesn't have the eye of the tiger.
Drink every time they say "eye of the tiger" in this movie. Gone.
Oh, you're bombed. Yeah, you're done. You're
drunken rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's great. I mean, honestly, the training montage, that's always my favorite. That the music comes on, he's hitting it hard, hitting the speed bag, hitting the heavy bag sparring, training, doing something.
When did he? You said the second movie he switched to Southpaw.
Yeah, right. That's the second one.
Second one. Yep.
So that's Mickey's strategy.
Yeah.
To beat Apollo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't seen the second movie, but
because he loses in the first movie, it's very you don't expect it that he actually doesn't win the fight.
I know,
but he wins the girl, and he gets everybody loves him.
Yeah, but he loses. He wins the crowd. He wins the crowd over. He wins the girl, and he kind of wins because he goes the distance with Apollo because everyone said he was going to get knocked out quickly. Mm-hmm. They didn't think he was going to make it. So it's what we refer to in football as a quality loss, right? You know how we say that? That was a quality loss, you know?
Yeah, that's what losers say.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I one thing we're gonna play around with here is categories. I don't want to go super crazy with them, but I'm gonna say as far as lines go, for me it's Apollo coming out. What's the matter with you? There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. I love that. Do you guys have a favorite line?
Yeah, it's Clubber Lang when this is the classic when they're interviewing him for the fight. What's your expectation for the fight? And he just goes, pain.
Hey, yeah, that's
Come
good.
on. And you're like, yeah, this guy, he doesn't know Rocky's supposed to win this fight. He's pretty sure he's going to kick the shit out of Rocky again.
Yeah, yeah. That's like the moment when you realize
That's true.
he's got a few screws loose, and he's definitely like really dangerous.
And then he hears Rocky's down like 20 pounds from before. Why would he think Rocky has a better chance of winning now that he's lost so much mass?
Exactly.
Yeah, now that you're 40 pounds lighter than me?
Sure. Yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just love that. That's like, so to see like in the credits, like introducing Mr. T,
yeah,
it's like, whoa, this guy came out of nowhere and he's good. He's like legitimately frightening.
he is.
He's legitimately frightening, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
given the choice of like, if I had to choose the one of those fighters that I wouldn't want to fight, like Clubber's at the very top. Like,
Yeah, he's Mike Tyson, right? Like
I don't.
Definitely.
Yeah, like if I had to pick
Power
one of them,
shots.
yeah, no, and he
Built
wants to hurt you.
sturdy.
He
Yeah.
wants to kill you. Like
Yeah.
Apollo's going to dance around and he does want to beat you, but he doesn't want to just completely destroy you unless he has to, right? He wants to make a good show of it, and he's
Clubber's a
showing.
fucking psychopath.
Clubber's a killer. Yeah, he's a killer. So no, he's in phenomenal shape in that movie and just amazing. I love it. I love the fight choreography. I think it's fun and super entertaining and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
Tanner, you got a favorite line?
I don't think I have a favorite line. I was just entranced in the movie. I like. It was just interesting to see how quickly Mr. T delivered all of his lines. All of his lines are like he's hopped up on something. There's something going on there.
It was the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm aware. It's a time frame, but every single one of his lines, it's like he's like, how fast can I read these?
Yeah. He was very determined. Yep.
Yeah.
Very, very dialed in.
Yeah, very dialed in. That's right.
Sorry.
Oh man. So if we had to say rank, now I can't ask you this, Tanner, because this is your first one. And actually, one thing.
Out of all the Rocky movies I've seen, this is the best one.
This is the top one, right? Yeah. I will say one fun part of this club is a lot of these movies are new for you, and I'm so jealous that you're getting to watch these movies for the first time, and seeing your genuine reaction going in, mostly blind. I think usually we tell you the name of the movie. We show you like the poster. We usually share the poster in the group text.
Yeah. I try not to any movies that are chosen by not me. Which, by the way, every week a different one of us chooses a movie in rotation.
Yes.
But any week that I don't choose the movie, I try not to look up anything about it. Mostly because, like DeMarco said, almost all the movies are new to me.
Yes.
For example, we watched Terminator 2
Yes.
a while ago, and
I'm
I
glad
was
you brought this
assigned
up.
homework of watching Terminator 1.
It's kind of important.
And in my mind, I forget what I said, but I
have the text here. I'm gonna read it. I have the screenshot that Tanner texted me. So that it's turned into a fun game where we're like, Tanner, this movie came out this year. This is the cast. What do you think's the plot? This is Tanner's text to Ben and I after watching The Terminator. The Terminator was 100% not what I expected. I've been bamboozled. And one of us said, were you expecting a B movie? And Tanner says, no, I was expecting Arnold Schwarzenegger to fuck some bad guys up, get shot in the head, survive by getting emergency surgery to make part of his face robotic, and then fuck even more bad guys up and save the day. Clearly, I was misguided.
Yeah.
which is kind of RoboCop,
which is RoboCop. Yeah, I was like, this is great.
which we have also watched.
Yeah. But that's what I thought Terminator was forever. By only seeing the poster, basically.
That's amazing. No, I love that, and that makes sense because of the glasses and the red, the red font on there.
Who expects the poster boy of a movie not to be the hero?
Sure.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
So without looking it up. So anyway, that ties back into like anytime I choose a movie, I try not to watch it or not to read anything about it, and then I get asked. Now after the Terminator incident, we ask me what I think the movie is going to be about,
and it's incredibly fun and hilarious. So,
because all I have to go on if it's a popular movie that many people have seen is basically the poster and my general idea of what's going on.
Yeah, and it's been fun because we're watching these super iconic films, and then you're learning where these original pop culture references came from, and you're like, oh shit, that's what this is from, and that's so fun because I that happens to me still. I'll watch an old movie and go, oh my god, that's where that phrase came from, and it's just really cool. So
there are definitely, even in this movie, I was like, who's that girl? Ben's like, Adrian. I was like,
Adrian.
Yeah. So
exactly.
I feel like that happens all the time.
I love it. But yeah, I don't know if I have anything else to add about Rocky 3 other than we'll make a quick mention. I forgot how much of a jerk Paulie is.
Oh, he's terrible.
I'll just leave it there. Like I remember the him like being a drunk, and I remember him having the
He's
outburst.
abusive to Adrian.
He's super
in
abusive
like
to Adrian.
at least in the first one.
He's super negative. He's very negative during the training sessions when Apollo's trying to get Rocky, back, get his mind right again. It's funny, him smoking a cigar was nothing because all the trainers at that LA gym were smoking cigars. So it's like I was like, wow, this is cool. I forgot about this. They're just
maybe that's
stoves.
how Paulie realizes, like, we're all the same on the inside. We just want to smoke cigars.
Exactly.
Right? That's common ground for him.
Common ground for him. Yeah. So there was definitely some overt isms being demonstrated, which were.
It's sort of annoying that they never let Paulie the character's always struggling with just the same shit, and he doesn't he'll sort of soften up by the end of a movie, but it's always like then you're back in the next one and he's just a fucking shitbag again,
and he's the same. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's,
I want better for Paulie.
I want better for Paulie.
Yeah.
I think
if only to make Rocky's life easier.
Exactly. I think after watching this movie again, I think this is probably my 4th time seeing this movie. And obviously everyone remembers the workout montage, the fights, the trash talk, all that good stuff. But some of the dialogue is written quite well. Like honestly, the exchanges when Rocky gets Paulie out of prison and he's like talking to him and he's I thought that exchange was pretty solid. Adrian is just trying to get through to him, make him admit his fears, help him come to the realization and get past it. And it's pretty solid writing, honestly, all things considered.
It's definitely solid dialogue for the time period. And
it's not super corny. Like there's some corny bits to it, right? But I feel like overall it's pretty good. It's pretty inspiring. I want to go work out right now, and I've already worked out. So I'm gonna go hit some push-ups after this just to get
inspired, but
get fired up.
Slow it down.
Yeah, let's bring it back there.
Yo, Adrian.
I was surprised that Ben said the fucking statue is real.
Yes.
Philadelphia. And then I was saying, what do you, in 100 years, there's going to be historians telling somebody, this is a statue of a fake person.
So, Tanner, I'm glad you said that.
What about all the other statues in Philadelphia? Those are real.
Yeah.
Real people who did real things, but this guy, movie.
So, Tanner, I have a story for you that will give you a deeper appreciation of the Rocky franchise. Ben probably knows this story. It's pretty well known amongst movie fans. Sylvester Stallone wrote. You saw that he wrote and directed Rocky 3, so he also wrote the screenplay for the. He may have written all of them. I don't know, but in the first one, he wrote the screenplay, and he was like struggling big time. He was super broke, trying to make it as an actor. Actually, fun little random fact: he actually like ended up getting a minor role in a snuff film in the 70s before he became, Hollywood actor.
I think you mean a stag film.
Or stag film, yeah. Thank you, Ben. This is why we have Ben here.
There's a big difference there.
To reel us in. Yeah, there's a big difference. Sorry about
that. One is
folks.
fucking and one is killing.
Yeah, there we go, yeah. So anyway, so he's not doing well. He is so broke that he sells his dog. The dog in the first movie, that's his real dog, Butkus. He sells the dog because he literally can't feed himself. He pours his heart and soul into the screenplay, into the scripts of Rocky, which in many ways is kind of like his life. He's down and out. He gets a shot. He wins big. Obviously, Sylvester Stallone's career takes off big time after Rocky. Multiple franchises. He goes back and buys the dog back after. And then, of course, Rocky goes on to win an Academy Award. And was it best screenplay or best picture? Best screenplay, yeah.
Best screenplay.
So it's an Academy Award winning film, and then Stallone's career takes off. So kind of knowing that backstory can give you more appreciation of not just the movie, but also the statue and kind of the accomplishments of Sir Stallone. So
you're still
in the image.
A statue of a fictional character in the middle of the city.
It's true.
It's a great story.
It's a huge movie. And a big part of the first movie is running up those steps.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's sort of like an iconic scene. It's just memorializing an iconic scene almost.
And it's just like
it's Rocky's
so
super pro Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it makes a lot of sense, but it is bizarre.
It's bizarre. I think it makes a lot of sense to us right now. I'm just talking about like 2100.
Yeah.
Someone's got to explain why there's Sylvester Stallone going like this. But it's not Sylvester Stallone.
Well, we need him to like also just not end up being a shitbag like real person.
Yeah.
So that the woke mob doesn't come to tear it down.
Yeah.
Right.
I just thought the same thing. Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
Like all the Confederate statues that came down.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing I love about Stallone, though, man. He's just dialed into his work. I mean, he just stays in pretty fantastic shape despite himself aging and being in his 70s now. Obviously, he's enhanced, but you watch his videos. He trains his ass off, man. He's super dedicated to his craft, and he's great. I love him. I love the Rocky franchise. I love the Rambo movies. All of it. I think he's pretty solid. So
he's a short king.
He's a short king. Coming from what 6'6" Tanner? Are you 6'6"?
Built like a gorilla. He's just like
he is. Yeah.
So, I would say, God, 3 and 4 are almost right. I'm going to give a slight edge to 4 as far as which one I prefer. I mean, I think they're all great. I mean, I think we can say 5 is I would say 2 thumbs down.
5 is horrible. Yeah, no.
You know, Balboa is a return to form in many ways.
No one is ever going to like argue with you that 5 sucks.
Yeah, it's really bad. But 4, I think
many people might argue that 4 sucks.
No way. No,
Tanner. No. Shut your fucking mouth.
Goes
Tanner.
Progressively down.
No. 4 is great.
Tanner, please shut your mouth. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna watch it.
It has the best.
Unless we watch it here, I'm not gonna watch
it.
It
has the best story motivation that there is, which is revenge.
It's revenge. And
if you're gonna do anything for revenge.
That's right. Revenge is the best plot.
And it's also part of the wave of movies in the 1980s that were very pro-America, pro-West, anti-USSR. You know, those that came out right around the same time as Superman 4. You had oh my gosh, what was it? Red Dawn. All these like super anti-Soviet, pro-America films. So and there's a nice little message at the end too. Anyways, but yeah, no, John Tanner, don't speak. Hey, Tanner, take Rocky IV's name out your fucking mouth.
Oh boy.
Yeah, watch it first. I would say.
I told you I'm not gonna watch it unless you watch
Take
it.
that movie's
Like,
name.
Wait, so what's the franchise that you just were like, I mean, I love these now, I'm going to start tearing through? Was it Mission Impossible?
the Mission Impossible is the most recent thing that I
Where you
saw.
just, like, it grabs you? And
I
you're
really
like,
just wanted. I was sitting on my couch like, oh, I feel like watching like a classic Tom Cruise movie,
mhm.
and then I watched one and I was like, oh, I could watch another couple of these.
They're pretty easy to watch.
Them.
Yeah.
I think I got caught out on like 4 or something. I stopped watching in a row, but they are pretty easy to watch, and I just burst out laughing every time I'll watch Tom Cruise sprint across the screen. It's just
Incredible.
He's
so
an epic
upright.
runner. It's
ridiculous.
truly epic.
Yeah, and he's fast too. Who was I watching recently that is very upright but not?
We were just watching
Fucking what's his name? Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig in Skyfall.
He runs a lot, but he looks very slow.
No,
Yeah,
He's running hard and
He's
slow.
running hard and fast, as hard as Tom Cruise
But
in
slow.
Mission Impossible, but so slow. It's like he's being pushed by a hurricane wave and can't get through it. Or like running in quicksand or something.
Speaking of Skyfall, I honestly, when that movie ended, I wished that was the last one that Craig did because it was on such a high note, and the two after were just it's such a letdown for me. I think Christoph Waltz was very good. He's so good, but even with him in the movie, I wasn't really a huge fan of Spectre, and No Time to Die was just straight garbage.
No Time to Die. The fact that they fucking killed James Bond is infuriating.
So for the people out there, Skyfall is the last movie we watched before this.
Yes.
That was last week. That was a pick of mine. We're in the 60s of how many movies we've watched.
Yeah.
And we had not watched a James Bond movie.
It had been,
which seems late.
That's impressive.
We had circled it for a while. I had circled it for a while. And I thought I kept thinking I was going to watch an older one, but then like I would watch one at home and just the pacing of them is like pretty slow.
It's slow.
Like they're fun and I love them, but they're slow ass movies.
Yeah.
So you need something modern that like runs along.
Oh yeah. No, I think that's great. No, I think you're right.
Maybe a late Brosnan, but yeah.
Yeah.
GoldenEye would be a solid one to watch, I think.
GoldenEye's fucking sick.
Yeah.
I think it's super fun. The characters are super fun and like, it's great. Plus I have being a child of the 90s.
All time.
Exactly. It's so sick. And I played the Nintendo 64 game so much.
He's in a tank chasing the guys in a car. Pierce Brosnan.
Yep.
I'd have to see the scene.
And it's fucking sick. It's like he's really driving a fucking tank through the town.
I'm not saying I haven't seen it, but I definitely haven't seen many Bond movies in a long time.
And he does the little thing with his tongue.
And unlike you two,
I love when he does that.
I surprisingly remember basically everything from every movie. I don't understand how it's done. Like DeMarco will quote movies from like 20 years ago, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
I don't remember quotes from the movie we watched last week.
Well, obviously, this podcast and a lot of podcasts, we owe something to the rewatchables, right? And the whole like, let's talk about movies that we love, and let's watch movies over again.
Yes, so you're watching movies more than once,
and we watch them. There's many movies that I've seen many times, right? Because they're like a warm blanket, right?
Right,
exactly.
That is not me.
And you're out there. You're a traveler. You're an explorer. You're just interested in treading new ground.
But we're glad you're here, dude.
In the present and only in the present. I don't rewatch movies. I watch movies one time, and then I think that's pretty much it. I probably won't watch them again unless it's an action film.
That's okay.
And there's a funny thing that happens when you rewatch movies, especially like movies that you've seen many, many, many times. You can appreciate little things that you missed, on the prior watch.
You see new things.
There's new stuff. You see it.
Like a lot of movie to watch.
You see it differently.
Appreciate some new shit.
And
like
what's been popping up in my head
multiple times are 3 movies. They're kind of funny. Galaxy Quest.
Okay.
I've seen maybe 100 times.
It's a good one.
The Princess Bride,
Great one.
Oh yeah, solid.
and Django Unchained.
Yeah,
It's
wonderful.
it's a eclectic collection.
Galaxy Quest, Princess Bride. My mom had this big red Suburban when we were kids, and in the back it had a VHS player. And the only
Yes.
two movies we had were Galaxy Quest and Princess Bride.
Okay.
So we watched those over and over again on every cartoon.
So Tanner, after watching Aliens, you can appreciate Galaxy Quest even more with Sigourney
Sure.
being in it, and there's aliens.
Yeah.
So
But
that's cool.
and then Django was personal choice. Great movie.
Yeah,
Great movie.
Oh, no, it's-
we've done it here in Action
Yeah.
Club.
it's a wonderful revenge flick. Tarantino just firing on all 8 cylinders, man. Just
Yeah. There are some
Just-
movies I've seen twice, but just not enough, and definitely not. Didn't you rewatch John Wick like the week after or
Yeah.
something like that? It's fucking crazy. I'm like,
that's
Like-
awesome.
I can maybe get behind rewatching a movie a year later, or like 5 years later, more likely. But Ben's rewatching movies the next week.
I'll jump right back in.
It's fucking
No,
wild to me.
Ben's committed, man.
Well,
Ben's
there's also
committed.
sometimes we're like a Top Gun Maverick, right? We're get back into this, or like the Dark Knight, right? Where you're just like, okay, this movie in this movie theater is just like a perfect experience,
Yeah.
and I want to
It
get
is.
it again before I can never have it again.
Yeah, and I think we should put a pin in this thing. You guys have anything else to add? Anything you want to say?
No, I think I'm all set.
Just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Happy to be here too.
You know, this is one of my favorite activities.
Yeah, and honestly, one thing I'm going to say to all of you, anybody who's ends up listening to this, I want to thank you so much for tuning in and coming with us on this journey. I would love for you guys to give us your feedback. What do you think about the movie we chose? What do you think about Rocky 3? If you disagree with us on something, let me know. Hit us up in the comments, man. Let me know where you're at.
Subscribe, comment.
Subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification. All
Got
that
a great
stuff.
price.
Hit the
But
bell
seriously,
notification. Yeah.
We
that's
love
it.
to riff and talk about these movies. So it's
Just say that
this
shit
is
in the beginning.
yeah,
Like,
definitely say that
comment,
at the beginning.
subscribe,
So
hit the bell.
Both.
all right, well, thank you all so much for listening. I'm DeMarco. That's Ben. That's Tanner, and we are signing off.